Hello guys, this is TBC Production here, back doing a new video today for you guys. As today a video, I will be talking about my movies in my series Toysballz. And I want to do this video because as recently I was checking my Google Drive and I see a lot of stories that I did right, and it'll be another video that I will be talking about the unreleased stories, unreleased movies that I had thought of, and probably I wrote probably in 2010 or so. I actually wrote them on a piece of paper. I went for my binder. I had a binder. I went for my binder and found a bunch of stories and stuff that I used to write on a piece of paper. Probably back in 2010 before I even had a YouTube channel. So yeah. So as in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the movies that did release. As you know, as some of the movies that they released in the past, like some people say, like how cringy they were and how old they were, basically. But yeah, I'll talk about the ones that did release on my channel. And the second video, I'll be talking about the unreleased stories and movies and stuff. So let's dive into this video and hope you guys enjoy. Alright, for the first movie I have here, as you guys see on the screen, the first movie was Evil Sided. This movie, this one came out in 2013. So this basically was around the early days, as to some people, how old those videos were back in those days. Man, I even went back and looked at them and like, wow, this is so old. Yeah, 7 years. And that's how old my channel is. So, yeah. So as for this movie had something to do with Elisa Boscovich from the Tekken series. Of course, Tekken is one of my favorite franchise games. It's right beside Mortal Kombat, of course, and Killer Instinct. So this story was Elisa, as you know, if you play Tekken 6, she towards the middle of the story, almost towards the end of the story, she gets possessed by Jin and be evil. And so as her dark side of her actually splits from her, and it's two of her. So as you see on the picture, I know it's Lisa staring at the screen, but I know her eyes actually supposed to be red, but I didn't really edit it to have her with red eyes actually. So her dark side actually has red eyes, as Elisa eyes are not red. They're like green. So when her dark side split, as you know, Elisa actually can regenerate because she's an android. And I guess she kind of, as you know, kind of like Cell. So she can regenerate, and she made a whole army of herself and wants to take over the world. So it's up to the others, of course, Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Orchid, of course, and some friends try to stop her army and defeat the Dark Elisa. So it's kind of like, the story idea is kind of like what Jin was doing in Tekken 6. I guess because during that time, that's when I was playing Tekken 6. So, I was playing Tekken 6 before my PlayStation got messed up and when it stopped working. But, all I had to do is get another system. But as of now, I'm working and stuff, and I probably will just not worry about playing games and stuff. I know people already playing Kakarot, and my brother's already playing it. I'm like, dang, dude. I played it once or twice, but as you know, I just played the Sand Saga and I let him play the rest of it. But you know, it was cool. It's kind of like you playing the anime show, but in a game version, in a game style. It's like you playing the anime. Get it? So, but as for that trailer, I did love the trailer. But you know, as seeing the game, it's basically that it has a DBC experience. That's all it is. But it's a great game, I have to admit. But anyway, back to the story. I know I'm often talking about that, but as you know, yeah, I not really like go crazy over a game like go crazy. But you know, because I was playing Tekken before my PlayStation stopped working, and that's what this story here reminds me of. It kind of reminds me of that, and that's what it will be. I don't know if I will remake this. This is an old movie. I know you guys will see it and how bad it was. It's cringy. The camera quality wasn't great. The lighting and all of that was not that great. But if it was remake in a good way, in a visual style way, like brand new, it would be pretty cool. Cause if all I need for this, I probably just get the hope to make Elisa as a figure, and you know, I don't know if I can make a multiple version of her and all that stuff, like make multiple figures of her, but like each scene everybody's fighting Elisa in each scene, or make like the camera, make like yourself like a whole bunch of them, like have like 2 cameras playing 2 like Elisa in each scene, have like it's a whole bunch of them. I guess if you know how good I can do with my special effects and all that stuff. But yeah, that's basically it for this story of this movie. But it would have been great if it was in a better way, visual and lighting, and yeah. It's very old if you guys see it. Evil Sided. It's a very old movie. I know it's not that good because that was back in those old days. So yeah, that's all for Evil Sided. I probably will remake it. Next, we have Hell Gateway as the next movie here. Hell Gateway was one of my favorite movies that I made. This was made in 2014. So as for that's the last one I just talked about. Evil Side was made in 2013. So as for this one, as Hell Gateway kind of was more superior to Evil Sided because it was actually much visual and much better. But as you know, it's still during those old days, of course. I know what people are talking about, me holding the toys in my hand and all that stuff. But as you know, yeah, it was during those old times, those good old days. But as of today, people to be, you gotta hold it, you gotta put the picture, animation, all that stuff, and yeah, that's basically how I did it back in those days. But as of now, I'm learning. Yeah. So for this story, this movie, is as my release movies actually are canon to me. So as you know, they actually are part of the story. So as I forgot what I was supposed to say about Evil Sided, that story is set between season 1 of Toysballz and season 2. As for this one, Hell Gateway is set during season 5. So, as in this story, Sadira from season 4 of Toysballz came up with a plan with Freddy Krueger. So, Freddy Krueger was in this movie. So, her and Freddy Krueger team up by releasing all the old villains that Goku and the others defeated throughout Toysballz back on Earth, back alive. Including, yeah, Evil Lisa did come back in this movie. And, so all of them come back on Earth and want revenge. It's kind of like, I kind of took the idea of Future Reborn and Super Android 17 Saga, of course, Super 17 Saga from GT. So that's what I did. I just took those two ideas from the movie and that show and put it in this movie. So so if I would remake this movie, this is my favorite movie. I actually will go back and watch it myself. I like it. It's kind of like, I wouldn't hate my own movie. So, yeah. If I go back and remake this movie, I know what I need for it, as you see on the screen. Of course, the Dragon Star Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. And of course, Freddy Krueger. Yeah, I'll have to get the figure of him, even though he's not my favorite horror icon. And I'll probably be making have a bunch of custom figures of characters that I created for the movie. So that's all I needed for this movie. Just like I said about Lisa, that's all I need for Hell Gateway. As for this movie, it's a great movie. It's superior to Evil Side. It was kind of much better because the lighting was good on the video, and it was much better. It was, but a lot of I do have unreleased scenes that I did for this movie on my Google Photos. And some of them that I did not put in the movie, they're not in the movie. I think it's for another. Another movie has that problem too when we get to it. But as for this movie, I always liked this movie, and I would like to remake it. It would be pretty cool to see that. I know that some people did ask me a couple of times, like, who voices the characters in your videos? I do it myself. So, as most voices I do on my show, I've done it myself. I don't have no one else do it for me. So, like, hey, I'm gonna go get him, and he come voice Goku, or hey, come voice Vegeta, hey, come voice Piccolo. No, I do it myself. So, that would kind of shock some of you guys, some of my friends on YouTube. Like, oh my god, you voice him? You voice her? And that's how it is. So, yeah, that's basically for Hell Gateway. This movie, I would like to see a remake, especially because if I get those two figures, though, Goku and Vegeta Super Saiyan 4, definitely would like to remake it. They won't do no fusion, like, no, Gogeta will be in it too. No, Gogeta's not in this movie. So, they just turn Super Saiyan 4 and fight. That's what they do. So, yeah, that's it for Evil Side. It will be cool to see in remake form. I will definitely would like to see it like that. Can't wait to do that. So, yep, that's it for this one. Let's go to the next one. Okay, next I will throw in the Christmas video I done, the Christmas special, of course. The first one I'll talk about is the Christmas Carol one. I done that in 2014. Um, that video was basically it's Vegeta being a Scrooge and basically doing the same format of the Christmas Carol. So yeah, that was it for that one. So let's go to the one as you see on the screen, of course. This one was done in 2016. So as this is the last, basically the last time I ever use or hold the figures and stuff in my hand. So basically it ended that whole era, basically. So that's when I started having the figure already standing in that pose and get ready to fight and all that stuff. So I don't hold the figures in my hand anymore. Anyway, so as for this movie was I had to put this movie in 3 parts actually, if you guys see on my channel. Originally, if this movie was together, it would have been like probably 2 hours. So that's how this one would have been. So the story of this is basically it would kind of fit to be like a sequel to the Christmas Carol I did in 2014. But as in this one, you know, it's the holidays. Everybody's getting ready for the holidays and all that stuff. And as right before Christmas Eve, Goshen and Smurfette goes to the Christmas tree. It's actually called the wishing tree because everything they wish, it comes on Christmas Day. So as they were encountered with a elf and a reindeer, of course, they tell them about the ghost of Christmas future named Darkin, and Darkin was the one that is basically the ghost of Christmas future. So every Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve, he tries to destroy Christmas. Basically like Krampus, kind of like Krampus, the evil version of Santa Claus, Krampus. So, yeah, I'm sorry, my throat. So as now they have to stop him trying to destroy Christmas and end that, and basically defeat him for good and save the holidays. So yeah, that's basically it for the story. But as for the video, it was split in 3 parts. It was meant to be put all together. Actually, I actually have the full ending scene of the holiday episode actually. And I do plan on releasing it one day, probably during Christmas. I should have done that last year, but I didn't. But you know, if you guys see the Christmas special on my channel, it's there. It's in 3 parts actually. And hope you guys enjoy it. Even though it's not the time to watch it though. But yeah, so that's basically it for this one. It's just the Christmas special. Okay, next the next one is the Halloween, of course, one the Halloween special I did. Ghosts of Tuffle Planet. This one was made in 2015. So this is the one that I started using the new camera basically during that time. The phone that I used in 2015. As in that video, I actually got wet in that video, and that's when it was raining. And because originally the filming of that, I did the first film and it did not rain at all. It was nice and pretty. And the second day I go out there and it start raining and stuff, and I'm like, oh man, and all that stuff. And Oh no, the third day I go out there and it start raining. I'm like, oh yeah, it was not the second day. It's not the second day. Third day, I went out there and went outside and it was raining and stuff. As I used to do videos outside, of course, in those old videos, of course. But as now, I don't have to worry about that. I have a green screen now, so I don't have to go outside. Probably if I go outside, just take a picture and bring it back in. That's what I'll do. But yeah. So that's what I did during that video. I was planning on doing a sequel to this, but I didn't really want to. So story of this. This is set right after the defeat of Sonic. So this was like towards the end of Toysballz, basically. So as this story starts out, Goshen was bored, so she asked her friends would they like to go camping with her on Tuffle Planet. Of course, Tuffle Planet. So they all decided to go, and they go to Tuffle Planet, and she tells them a scary story when they get there and stuff. So she tells them a scary story, and that's when everything started going, getting scary and stuff. And there's a dark, shadowy figure watching them and looking at red eyes and very scary, and it attacked Mario and all of that, and and basically I had to go after Mario, and it was starting to rain, and of course I knew I got wet, and I think I got sick during that time. But yeah, so as you know, the way they defeat the ghosts was not to be afraid, and that basically ended the ghost. And of course at the end, the ghost was laughing like Vincent Price from Michael Jackson Thriller. So yeah, so that basically was it of the story. It would have been a sequel to this, but I didn't want to make it, of course. I know, because the following year it didn't rain a lot. It was very hot and stuff outside during October. That Halloween 2016 Halloween, it wasn't raining at all. So it was like, man, I could have remade that video, but I don't know if I would want to. But I can, because I know what I need for it. I have everything for it, but I don't really want to remake it. So if you guys want me to remake this one, I can. Well, there's no Goku in this, and there's no Vegeta, and there's no Piccolo, there's none of them. They're not really in this. They're not even in this movie. So I don't know. So you guys want me to remake this? Or so you can go see it yourself, and you see I got wet, got rained on, and all that, and so that's basically it for this one. Goes to Tuffle Planet. Okay, next the next movie, I guess it kind of would fit right probably their Halloween as I guess. Legend of the Undead Warrior. This movie came out 2015 as well. This was basically a kind of third movie from me during that time, because it was Evil Side, Hell Gateway, and Legend of the Undead Warrior. So as this story was set during the 5 years after Celine's defeat by Goku in Season 9. So in this movie, you got the character Hisako, Hisako is from the new Killer Instinct game, a 2013 game. She's basically a spirit that is basically a spirit that protects her village, her land, because Sadira had tried to capture Hisako in the Killer Instinct game, but she couldn't. So she captured Kayako instead from the Grudge. Of course, Kayako Saki from the Grudge. And so when Hisako wanted to try to time travel, as you know, as the Killer Instinct characters, there's two different worlds of Killer Instinct characters. You have the original KI characters from the original Killer Instinct, and you got the clone version of them in a different universe, kind of like there's another Goku in that world, and there's another Vegeta in that world. So it's kind of like there's, I guess, because I start thinking about doing kind of like multiversal. I guess because I saw Dragon Ball Heroes, I guess, during that time. So, anyway. So, when one day, Mario had, took a time machine and he tried to use it. And when he tried to time travel, he traveled to her time. And when he traveled back to the world, it made a time rift. So Hisako used that time rift and came to that world. As she found out, Sadira is actually dead because of Kayako in season 7. And she knows that the other Orchid, evil Orchid, my powerfulest character in my series, is in this world because she traveled back to this time. And that's why Sadira was there, because she tried to get her. But evil Orchid has to go warn Orchid, Goku, tell everyone that Hisako is going to basically devour them all and want to possess everyone. As during this time, when I was doing this movie, that's when this company called Ultimate Source, they were making Killer Instinct kind of figurines. And of course, I have two of them right now. I have Jago and Fulgore. And they made Hisako too. And I think they made Hisako, Saber Wolf, Shadow Jago. Yeah, that's who I should have got for GT episode 3. That figure of Shadow Jago. And Spinal. We was supposed to have got TJ Combo, Cinder, and Orchid, but the company didn't continue it. They basically went, kind of lost the privilege of making the figures, and they made a lot of other cool figures out there, but I don't know why they didn't continue with it. But it would have been pretty cool if they did get a Killer Instinct figures, and it would have been amazing to see stuff like that for Killer Instinct. But yeah, during that time, that's when they announced those figures, and there was a figure of Hisako, and so I was like, wow, it was a lot of great things during that time. It was not Resurrection F now, no. So I mean that I wasn't hyped for that. There was a lot of cool stuff that was happening during that time, but that's when my channel started to get known by people, and I started to increase my channel. As of now, I will be increasing my channel pretty soon, and I can't wait to do so. So as for this movie, it is basically a pretty great movie. I did not go back and watch it though, but I will definitely go back and look at it again. Even though this is basically still in that era of me holding the figures and all that. But remake, if it was a remake, definitely would do so. That would be pretty cool. If all I need is that Hisako figure and make a figure of Orchid, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I need. So that's basically it for Legend of the Undead Warrior. It's a great movie, and I still like it, and I haven't watched it in a long time, so it's been 5 years. So I haven't seen it since. I probably watched it like in 2016 or 17, I think. But 5 years, how old that movie is. 5 years old. 5. So check that movie out. It's pretty great. Pretty good. And yeah, that's it for Legend of the Undead Warrior. Will be cool as a remake though. Okay, next, we have is, Vegeta's Nightmare. This one was made in 2016. As this video is it's basically like a bonus episode, like just a random video, basically. I don't really count this to be a movie. It would just be like a little special, like a little side special or so. But it's like a movie though. But yeah. So as for this story, Vegeta and Bulma Trunks are watching a scary movie, and Vegeta basically starting to have bad dreams. As you know, he actually had dreams about the sex demons from season 8 actually. Then the second dream he had was Broly, of course, on the screen. And you know, it's like, imagine Broly just pop up out of nowhere. And that's all this video was, like what Broly did come back. And as I know, I recognize when I did this, I just thought when I went back and watched this video. This was 2016, so a lot of people were thinking like, should a movie character be canon and stuff. So this was during that time. So I remember, who was making all those videos about that? Was it Masego X? I think it was him. So yeah, I think it was him, because he was making a lot of videos like imagine the movie characters were canon and all that stuff. And hey, look today. So yeah, so that's basically what this video was. It was like imagine Broly just come up out of nowhere, come out of nowhere and just attack them, and that's all it was just for this video. As I do plan on getting the Dragon Stars Broly, the super version of Broly, pretty soon as well. But I won't be, try to copy Dragon Ball Super and all this stuff. So, yeah, so I probably won't be doing any of that kind of stuff, like try to copy stuff and all that. If I do get the Broly figure, I won't be doing that, so just make some cool animations or stop motions, and that's it. So, yeah, so that's basically what Vegeta Nightmare was. So, as for the next one that's the next one that's on the screen, of course, it's the Goku Vegeta stop motion I did. It was my first stop motion And kind of as when I did this one, it was during the time when I started learning how to do stop motions. Basically was being taught by the king of animation, Dragon Ball Z, during that time in 2016. And when I first did it, I was like, man, it takes a long time to do all these animations. And oh man. And that's basically the early time when I tried to do it. And I was like, I don't want to do stop motion. I just want to just use my camera and just make the video. And you know, I guess I was like the one that failed the test or so. And now, as I know I made that bad mistake during that time, I started back into stop motion in 2018. So 2 years of my failure of doing stop motions, I started learning again by going back to that teacher. So as of now, I guess I kind of gave me my moment in honor of doing stop motions. And so yeah, that video was my first stop motion, Goku vs. Vegeta stop motion. Not the new one that came out last year, Goku vs. Vegeta 2, the first one. That one was my early stop motion ever done. That was the first time I ever did one. So yeah, you guys check that out on my channel. It's Goku vs. Vegeta, my first stop motion. That's all that one is. Including with that, I'm outside photo on the screen right now, Goku versus Scorpion. So as that one was part of it as well, of course, during that time. And actually, I did say, I think last year or so, I did say, I posted in my story on my Instagram, should I remake Goku versus Scorpion? I got Scorpion and Goku. So, I was going to be getting the new one, the new MK11 one that's at GameStop. I did see. And I probably will get that, because I'm not going to get Sub-Zero. I always get Scorpion. I love Scorpion. So, yeah, I think I should remake that one, because I know I used the video camera, of course, and I did do a little stop motion of him. It's on my file, I think, but it was not that long. It was like a little short video. So, yeah, that's basically it for these. I did a sequel to it too, Scorpion 2, basically the sequel. Is basically as in that one, Vegeta comes in and fights Scorpion as well and beats him, and does the Big Bang attack on him at the end. So yeah, I think I should remake it, maybe like a little movie. I don't know. So yeah, that's basically it for these videos of these videos. These are just like bonus episodes, like random fights or random videos I want to do. Like I said about the Broly one. Like Broly, if I get the figure of him and just make a stop motion of him fighting someone, that's all it'll be. That's all it is. So yeah, that's what I really do plan on doing this year, especially because February is when I'm very excited to buy a bunch of figures. So anyway, so that's really it. So let's go. I think I got one more. Yeah, I think I got one more. One that's, I think it's one more. So let's go to it. Alright, so this is the last one of this video here. Of course, towards the end of this video, I don't know, I think this video is a little bit long. I think it is. Well, it's pretty good. So this last one here, of course, on the screen is my recent movie that came out last year during Halloween, and it's A Chucky. So this movie came out last year, of course, as I said, and it was one I wrote. This is one of the stories that was I had on a piece of paper that I found in my binder. I went through my stuff in my closet. I think it was in 2018 or so, and I had found this piece of paper. Like, I wrote probably in 2012 or 11. I mean, and so as I look at the paper, I'm like, oh, oh my god, like, this is a story I wrote about Goku fighting Chucky. And I was thinking, like, yeah, I need to make this, because this was one of the old stories that I wrote. So, like, an evil thing is actually a story I wrote during 9th grade, I think, in 2012, 13. And so that story is actually I wrote on a piece of paper too. So, but even though the parody was just to be funny. That's all. It was, but that parody is not connected to the real story. Just a made up story. I told him twice, I think. Alright, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, An Evil Thing was one of the stories too that was on a piece of paper that I wrote, and so is A Chucky. But I think this was wrote in 2012 or 11, I think. So that story is basically Chucky and Tiffany are time traveling through time as they go to the future, and they recognize Goku's dead in that time, of course, and they find Goten, and they killed him and his girlfriend. Then they recognize there's another Chucky there too. So as that Chucky is basically the one reflected off of, I guess, like, Cult of Chucky, I guess. And so that Chucky replaces the old Chucky, the Scar Chucky, and basically takes the plan, the idea, to go and try to get Goku's body. So as they get Goku's body, captures him when they find him, they attack the city. Of course, they attack the city, and they capture Goku, and then the others go after him, and he does the ritual, but failed to get into Goku's body. Kind of like how it was throughout the Child's Play series, of course. And they defeat him. Well, Vegeta, sneak attack, blasts him, and he fell into the pits of the fire and went straight to hell. So as everything was back to normal, as you know, you had, who was in the movie? Orchid, Piccolo, Gohan, Trunks, Goshen, Vegeta, Goku, Chucky, Tiffany, and Goku Black. Yeah, Goku Black appears at the end of the movie. And so, as right on the screen right now, you probably see, is the upcoming movie, Revenge of Chucky, that will come out in Halloween this year, of course. So, as this is the sequel to A Chucky. So, as in this movie, I will have, I do want to have Dragon LZ and Star Blast to be in this movie, But if they don't be in this movie, I'll just use the voice changer app and just do that. And that's what I'll probably do. So I don't know yet. So I do want them to be in this movie because I will be in the movie too. So I'll be actually in this sequel, Revenge of Chucky. So how Goku Black will be formed is basically when Chucky did the ritual, he create another form of Goku, basically a darker form of Goku. So it's not like, oh, I got House of Masu and dude, I'm not going to copy Dragon Ball Super. So that's what I don't want to do. So that's how Goku Black will be formed. It just he basically became a dark spirit that Chucky created and basically forms another Goku. So that's how it will be. So it'll be, as for the sequel, it'll be pretty cool. As I know, how loud how the voices sound on the Power Chucky, even though the stop motion still looked amazing. You know, I was still using my old phone during that time. This was right before, that's the one we're using right now. As you see how I'm using with the videos now, like the stop motions now, like episode 14 remake episode I did. That one was I was using this phone, and what was nice, Stop Motion Studio Pro came back on the Google Play because it got removed from Google Play, and I was still using the old stop motion app called Marvel Movie Maker. So, because Stop Motion Studio Pro was on there in 2018, I think, and in 2019 I thought it was on there, but it wasn't, and it got removed and was off the site, off Google Play. Then I guess now, how many months had passed, I did not know, it came back. So that was weird about it, but I'm glad it's back. So I'm glad Stop Motion Studio Pro is back, and I did not know it came back. So, because I was still using that old app, the early version of it. So yeah, as for this movie, Revenge of Chucky will be cool and amazing. You know, Power Chucky, it was an old story that I found that I had wrote on a piece of paper, and I'm kind of shocking I still had that piece of paper of that movie. I wrote down the story, and wow. So as this story of this movie, a Power Chucky story, is basically was set during right before season 1. So technically it's like right before Toysballz started with Chow Con and all that. So that's what the story is. Give you a little hint of Revenge of Chucky. That story is actually set during GT. So it's not really right before GT, it's actually in GT. So, because I got a lot to talk about Toysballz GT pretty soon as well, because I actually got done finishing writing the story of Toysballz GT. I'm glad I got it done. I just been writing ever since right after I uploaded the update video, and right after I uploaded the update video, I was writing Toysballz GT, and I looked at all the ideas that I had in each of the arcs. In total, it will have 12 seasons. So yeah, 12 seasons. So that's how long GT will be, 240 episodes. So that's how long I will go for that show. So for Z, of course, 150. Origin, probably, I don't know how many for Origin actually. So GT, 240. So that's how I went up 250, but 240. So that's basically it for Power Chucky and a little hint of Revenge of Chucky. So that's basically it for all the released movies that are released right now. You can go back and watch them and look at them. Some of them are like, the probably evil sided will make you cringe, I guess. And I guess Hell Gateway too. But Legend of the Undead Warrior basically was the one that kind of started producing more better way and visual. Then the Christmas specials is great too, and I guess Ghost of Tuffle Planet is as well. And what's the other one? Oh yeah, Vegeta Nightmare is great too. So, yeah. So, that's basically it for this video. Talking about all my release movies or specials of Toysballz. And I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share. And what you guys expect more of. Do you guys want me to remake some of these movies? Because I would like to do so. And so stay tuned for the next video. Of course, in that one I'll be talking about the unreleased movies that I never made or released. Like, these are stories that I actually have paper, as I talked about. I have paper of stories, movies that I wrote down. I actually got them right now in my hand. And these are unreleased stories. These are like stories I wrote in 2011 or 10, probably. So, do you guys want me to, like, if these were made as well, I hope you guys will enjoy if I do make them or talk them. And stay tuned for that video. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one, talking about my released movies and stories. And so, hope you guys enjoy. See you guys next time, and peace.